Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, 82 years old, suffered a fall and sprained his wrist while leaving a GOP luncheon. Very dangerous thing to do. Adding to a series of medical incidents in recent years. Maybe we shouldn't have 82-year-olds leading our nation. I don't know. But, look at our president, look at our next president. So what do I know? Either way, he has a cut on his face, very sad. They confirmed that he was clear to resume his schedule, but he skipped a press briefing. He's faced mobility challenges stemming from childhood polio and prior falls. And when elderly people start falling, this is never a good thing. Now, he's already stepped down as the Republican leader at the end of the year, John Thune from South Dakota. He will take up that mantra here in just a bit, but McConnell's old.
Number 6.
Accused murderer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, that would be Luigi Mangione, had an outburst outside of a Pennsylvania courthouse that echoed a favorite liberal talking point. What a surprise, right? Aren't we shocked that he's out there echoing your favorite liberal talking points from your stupid cousins who don't know anything about absolutely anything? Or are you shocked? I'm not shocked about that, but yet there he is. He is doing it. And he's saying that you don't understand the lived experience of Americans. He said his arrest is, quote, an insult to the intelligence of the American people and their lived experience. Oh, boy. He was arrested with a ghost gun resembling the murder weapon, masks, cash, and a passport. He claims all this stuff was put on him and planted and all this other nonsense. Okay, sure thing, buddy. Sure.
Number 5.
The Department of Government Efficiency, hopefully it's going to fare better than my Doge fared over the last 24 hours, but either way, it's being led by Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, and they are being asked by United States Senator Katie Britt here of the great state of Alabama to implement stricter work requirements for receiving government benefits. Listen to what Britt wants to do. And by the way, people are calling this cold-hearted because this is the society in which we live, right? Ready? In order to receive government benefits, if you are an able-bodied, working-age American without dependents, you either need to be engaged in work, training, volunteering, or education for at least 20 hours a week in order to receive federal benefits. Meaning you have to be trying. Now, if you are not able-bodied or you have dependents you have to take care of or whatever, this doesn't apply, but people are still calling this cruel.
Number 4.
President-elect Donald Trump has announced plans to expedite approvals and permits, including environmental clearances, for anyone investing $1 billion or more in the United States. He's sharing his vision on Truth Social. Trump emphasized his commitment to cutting red tape, echoing his deregulatory agenda from the first term, where he initiated policies, like Executive Order 13771, which reduced regulatory burdens. Trump vowed to expand these efforts in his upcoming term by removing 10 regulations for every new one introduced, contrasting sharply with President Biden's record-setting regulatory output. Now, predictably, this is being met with ridiculous attacks by the media, like the bulwark Sam Stein, who is a liberal working for the organization trying to conserve conservatism. Remember that. He said this: for $1 billion, Trump says you can avoid environmental regulations, which, of course, Trump did not say. That is not what he said. He said they would fast track looking at those environmental issues.
Number 3.
Construction of the new Alabama State House on Ripley Street in Montgomery is facing delays. Now, that shouldn't surprise you, because you have the wildly inefficient government involved and the retirement systems of Alabama, who is run by the smartest man that has ever existed in the history of ever, according to our friends in the media, CEO David Bronner. He's so smart that he's gotten our friends in the media to never mention that a huge unfunded liability for the RSA exists that one day we're going to run into. But don't worry, he's a genius. Anyway, the genius, David Bronner, says a 4 to 6 month delay is happening, and he's blaming Trump's tariffs for future delays. You know, the tariffs that are not in place. the tariffs that are probably not happening. Pretty smart of him, though. It's not my fault that this is late. It's Donald Trump's fault. The media's like, man, Donald Trump's terrible.
Number 2.
The pro-criminal clowns at aldotcom are at it again. This time, highlighting the plight of a man known as Michael Campbell, who spends his days working at KFC as part of Alabama's work release program, earning wages that are heavily garnished, leaving him with barely $2 an hour. Despite being deemed safe enough to work unsupervised in public, he has been denied parole, highlighting inconsistencies in the justice system, at least according to AL.com. Critics argue that the reliance on inmate labor, which generated $12.2 million for the Department of Corrections in 2024, perpetuate a cycle of exploitation like modern-day slavery. To which I say, ha 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 ha, nah 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 nah, ha 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 ha. Okay, here's a better solution. Instead of letting these guys show that they can exist in real society while still serving their punishment, let's just put them back in a cage. How about that? Is that better? Let's do that.
Now, time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
A viral video showing individuals walking through downtown Birmingham streets with a firearm has sparked widespread attention and concerns amongst residents and visitors. The video shows 2 groups of individuals, and they are quote-unquote beefing right there in the street. Now, this shocks your senses when you see it. This is 2 adults pulling up in vehicles, getting out of their vehicles, and producing weapons and yelling at each other. Now, the mayor of the city of Birmingham is a dumbass, a reckless, stupid, moronic, clout-chasing, influencer wannabe dumbass. Did I mention he's a dumbass? Because he's a dumbass. This guy holds a press conference and says, well, the display of firearms is alarming. The only apparent illegal act in the footage was jaywalking due to Alabama's relaxed firearm permit laws, which is not true in any way, shape, or form. Okay, these are long guns first and foremost. So, number 1, the permit laws have nothing to do with this. I still have a pistol permit in my wallet. I don't need it, but I still have it. For when I carry a firearm, I don't have to show it to anyone or anything like that, but it's just in there. But that had nothing to do with carrying long guns. Nothing. He attempted to downplay the actual crimes here and make excuses about the legal limitations, blaming others for the problems of the city of Birmingham once again. And to me, this is so pathetic on his part. He said, well, maybe there could be like disorderly conduct charge, but there's like menacing. And then he says this. There is an issue because you have to find people that are willing to press charges against them and be a witness. You have a video. Do you need a witness if there's a video of what's happening? Do you really need it? You have a video showing this. And by the way, what the mayor should be doing, if he wasn't a pathetic dumbass, is calling for the community to tell them who these people are so they can at least talk to them. Now, I know we're going to find out who these people are, and let me fast forward to the future here, okay? The end result of this is the people in this video are going to be found because they are either going to be shot and killed or they are going to shoot and kill somebody else. And the mayor's going to say, wish we could have given him tickets for jaywalking. He needs to resign. He is a dangerously stupid dumbass. And that, I'm sorry, that's just it. The mayor of Birmingham is an absolute freaking joke, and he needs to go away. I've had enough of that loser. It is time for him to go. I'm sure you've had enough of him as well. You surely probably had enough of hearing about him. But if you'd like to weigh in on that, you may do so right here on the ScoutPestControl.com WVNN hot take text line right there at 866-494-WVNN. Oh, walking around in the middle of the street in downtown Birmingham, yelling at each other with guns. Oh, that's no big deal. We should arrest him for jaywalking. He thinks he's being clever, by the way. Just keep that in mind. You can also weigh in by emailing us. You've got mail. Dale at WVNN.com. You can jump in right there as well. We'll be right back. If you got questions for 10 with him, we'll take those as well. Get them in right this second, right here on WVNN.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.